In the ancient world, there lived a prophet named Jonah. One day, a divine command echoed in his soul, calling him to a daunting mission. The Almighty commanded Jonah to go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against its wickedness. But Jonah was gripped by fear. Instead of obeying, Jonah decided to flee. He traveled to the port of Joppa, seeking a way to escape the presence of the Lord. He found a ship bound for Tarshish, a place far from his calling. Paying his fare, he boarded, hoping to leave his duty behind. As the ship set sail, the sky was clear and the winds were favorable. Jonah retreated below deck to find rest. But the peace was short-lived. A fierce wind began to howl, and the atmosphere shifted from golden sunlight to an ominous, dark gray. A violent storm erupted. Massive waves crashed against the hull, threatening to tear the vessel apart. The sailors were terrified. Desperate, the crew threw their cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. Every man cried out to his own God for deliverance. While chaos reigned above, Jonah lay in a deep sleep in the lower hold. The captain found him and woke him with a shout. The sailors decided to cast lots to discover who was responsible for this calamity. The lot fell on Jonah. Jonah confessed, "I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." He told them to throw him into the sea so that the storm would. Quiet, reluctantly, the sailors lifted him up. As Jonah plunged into the depths, the wind instantly ceased. The roaring waves fell silent, leaving the sailors in awe. But Jonah was not lost. Below the surface, a colossal whale, prepared by God, approached the sinking prophet in one great motion. The creature swallowed Jonah whole. He found himself in a dark, cavernous space, suspended between life and death. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah remained inside the whale. In the silence of the deep, he finally turned his heart back to God. He prayed, "When my life was fainting away, I remembered the Lord. Salvation belongs to the Lord. The Lord heard Jonah's prayer, the great. Will swam toward the coast and delivered the prophet safely to the shore. Jonah stepped onto the dry land, a man redeemed and determined to fulfill the mission he once fled. He traveled to Nineveh, a city so large it took 3 days to walk across. He began to proclaim God's warning. 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. Jonah cried out to the crowds in the marketplace. To his surprise, the people believed. From the greatest to the least, they turned from their ways and sought mercy. Even the king of Nineveh rose from his throne, covered himself in sackcloth, and sat in the dust, ordering a citywide fast. When God saw their humble hearts, he relented and did not bring the destruction he had threatened. Jonah watched from a nearby hill. Through this journey, he learned that God's mercy is boundless, extending even to the most unlikely. The story of Jonah reminds us that it is never too late to turn back, and that obedience leads to the greatest of redemption.